to day 2 of the Housecall Pro Virtual Summit. We have another incredible day of content for you. Make sure you stop by the virtual expo floor at some point. The last hour of the day, we will have the product team members there live for you to talk to. And during the sessions today, just like yesterday, we encourage you to engage in the chat and ask questions that come up for you. We have an incredibly powerful keynote speaker here to start the day. Pettus is a COO of Housecall Pro and will be the first person to tell you that he is obsessed around the customer experience. He'll be sharing his expertise on getting customers, keeping customers, and most importantly, growing with your customers. Over to you, Brooks.
Hello, everybody. My name is Pettus. I'm the COO of Housecall Pro. I'm coming to you from our Denver headquarters, and I want to welcome you to the virtual summit. It is a pleasure to be here. One of my favorite things about this company is whenever I have the chance to speak directly with our pros. I still take calls a few times each week. I used to take dozens of calls a week, even hundreds in the early days of the business. But today, I don't get that opportunity as often. So now I get a chance to speak with all of you and share a few ideas about how to build a great service business. And look, I know you all think that's an easy thing to do, or you wish that were an easy thing to do. The reality is, this is what I've seen over the years, is that our pros are great at doing the work. Incredible, usually best in class. They can go out there and turn the wrench all day, every day, and get to some level of success. But then suddenly, around the corner comes this opportunity to get that first employee. Maybe a second, maybe a third, maybe a fourth employee. And now suddenly you are building a small business and you have employees, and the world gets incredibly challenging, confusing, overwhelming even at times. Yet, I'm here to tell you, in the tens of thousands of customers at Housecall Pro, I have seen success over and over and over again. It doesn't come for everyone. It doesn't always come easily. But for those who are able to focus on their business, build a vision for their business, put the systems in place to get, keep, and grow with their customers, you will have odds-on success of building the business of your dreams. Today, I will talk through a few of those ideas with you and share some of the things I've learned in my 7 years at Housecall Pro and see if it gives you a leg up in this deal. And as I've always said, anybody who wants to reach out to me and ask for 20 minutes of my time or 25 minutes of my time, I am more than happy to give it to you and ask you questions, give you ideas, tell us some things not to do, some things you might want to do, and help you in this journey. Our entire purpose here at Housecall Pro, our larger mission, in fact, the whole reason I came here 7 years ago, is because of this mission for Housecall Pro to champion our pros to success. We want you to have a better odds of being successful tomorrow than you have today, and we've organized our entire company since the day I joined around that entire mission and vision. This will just be a small little kind of piece around that same larger vision. So here we are. How do you build a successful company? Fundamentals. It's just like blocking and tackling. If you can create a mindset of doing the work is a part of the equation, to a mindset of I'm going to put systems in place to help all of my employees be as great as I am at the work itself, at any given task in the business, of doing all the hard things in this business, you will get to success. And why do I say that? So when you're in an office of one, you're out there, I schedule my jobs, I go do the work, I do great work, I really take care of that customer. I obsess around that customer experience. And honestly, let's pause there for a second. This is a really important idea. In 200 sales demos I've done with pros like yourself, the smartest single comment I've ever heard a pro say, and it was like this big aha moment for me. I said, why are you successful? What makes you so unbelievably successful in your business? And the answer I'd heard 99 times already was, well, I'm really great at doing the work. The pro didn't even pause for a second. He goes, I just obsess around the customer experience. I take unbelievable care of my customer. And the light bulb went off for me. And the way they explained it is this. Because I'm actually in the business of creating trust and safety and security for my customer. My customer doesn't know about electricity. They don't know anything other than the lights go on or they go off when they're supposed to. That's all they can tell me about the quality of my work. So if I'm sitting there trying to tell my customer about the quality of my work and all the complicated technical things that I do, then I'm actually just taking them on a fool's errand. My customer really cares about inviting some stranger into their house. Does she or he feel safe and secure in their own home? When that person called my office or they talked to me, did they hear a welcoming voice? Do they feel like someone this I could trust and work with, invite in my home? Is this someone that I want to have back in my home in the future? It starts with that first phone call, that engagement of trust with this customer. It's how I showed up, where I parked my truck. It's my uniform. It's the way I greet them at the door. All of those things, well beyond the work itself, or create that sense of security and peace and willingness to then have me come back again in that customer's mind. So what I learned early on, this pro told me, is I obsessed around that customer experience, and everything I built into my business, every single step in that customer's journey, I try to make as delightful as possible, as secure, safe, happy as I could for that customer experience, because I wouldn't be weighed on the quality of my work. I would be judged by that customer, the review that I would get, that perception of a 5-star experience, my ability to get back in that home once or twice a year for now until the end of time, is because of how they felt, the feeling they had about working with my shop. If you take nothing else home with you today, other than this idea that you are in the actual business of feeling, of creating security and peace and kind of joy for that customer versus the work itself, that is a huge learning for you, because what you'll realize that once you take that as your vision, your mission, to create the best possible customer experience you can for each one of your customers, once you start to obsess around that, everything in your business, you'll build around that idea, around that intention, around that plan, and you will get to more success. I guarantee it. It was the single smartest comment I'd ever heard. And so the anecdote, like in my household, my wife, because I work a lot of hours in a day, my wife takes care of everything in our home. She runs it like a CEO. And for her, if someone answers that phone well, shows up as a great representation of themselves, she will literally have cookies and coffee ready for them. Tell them where they can use the bathroom if they need to. Do they need anything else to feel great about the work they're going to go do in their house? When they put on little booties or go run across that house and across her rugs, even one more step towards getting that 5-star review. So my wife is a perfect example of, she has no idea, like any more than I do, about how good that electrical work may or may not be, but she knows exactly how she's going to feel when you show up and how you work with her at that home. So remember that. Let's obsess around that idea. If you want to build a great business, obsess around the customer experience, and the odds of you getting to the dream that you have about building that great small business will be right there for yours in the taking. Obsess around taking care of the customer. Okay, so here we'll rewind it back again a bit. Today I'm just one person. I'm out there doing the job. Like that pro that had that big aha moment for me when he shared that narrative around obsession around the customer care. When you was just you showing up, you know all those things are being done right. You know how to answer that call. You know how to book that job. You know to send that on my way notification to make sure that Mrs. Pettus, my wife, knows who's coming and when you're going to arrive. Those little courtesies. You did all the things exactly by the book because frankly, you are the book. You wrote the book. As soon as you hire that first technician or even the first admin in your office to take those calls for you, everything changes. And that means that you now have set the standard up here that Alexa's HVAC or Alexa's electrical company is the standard that Alexa set. But as soon as you have that second, third, fourth, fifth person, your whole job in your business is to systematically, programmatically level them up to be just like Alexa. You are the standard for success in your company. You know how to take care of that customer. If you want your business to thrive, you have to go to level up every one of your employees as quickly as you possibly can to be just like you. Like the old, the old Nike has just be like Mike, right? Well, be like Alexa in this case, in the way you run that business, and you're the founder, and you're the owner of that business. You want to get everyone to be just like you as quickly as you can. So let's put systems in place. Let's think about a playbook that I'm going to write so that I can level up all of my employees to act just as if I were doing each one of their jobs with them, for them. I'm going to level them up to be just like me. I'm going to put systems in place to get there. And what's the outcome of that? If you get everyone to be as good as you are, you will be able to get, keep, and grow your customer base. Now, let's talk about, for a second, before we get to the systems part of this deal, let's talk about why you care about getting, keeping, and growing with your customer. And if this helps you any, we run our entire Housecall Pro business around the same kind of core principles. We're going to take unbelievable care with our mission help pros get to success, be better tomorrow than you are today. We do that obsessively as a company. And then we just think about the building blocks, the basis of having a successful business. We're going to get pros in the door. We're going to do everything we can to create success for that pro. And then we're going to grow with that pro over time. As they unlock success in their small business, we'll be able to unlock value with them over time. Get, keep, and grow. Really simple building blocks. Same thing for your business. So you want to level everyone up to the systems you have, and you're going to try to get, keep, and grow with your customer base. Okay, the getting part. Sales. I want to sell that new customer. I want to get them in the door. How am I going to go about getting new customers in the door? Systematically, programmatically. Well, write the playbook on how I'm going to go figure out what zip codes I want to be in, for example. I realize that being in, like where I live in Southern California, some zip codes may have a higher density of high value homes. And maybe that's my ideal customer. I want to go sell to that zip code. So I'm going to identify a zip code. I want to concentrate my business. I'm going to go out there, and when I go to do a job at Brooks's house, I'm going to go have door hangers. I'm going to go lock and put on 50 of them every time I go into that neighborhood. I'm going to put a sign out front that represents the quality of my work that I'm doing on site. I'm going to park my truck in an advantageous place in front of that home that doesn't block the driveway, that others can see and go, so that when I'm getting that first customer in the door, they found me, I found them, I got them. I'm going to go build a network of customers around that first customer in that neighborhood by just knocking doors, by having signs up, by having my truck well placed. And suddenly I'm creating marketing while I'm in there doing a job. So I'm going to get more customers on that path. Go a step back beyond that though. Here's one or two kernels of things that you should do on getting more customers. Let your customer find you. Let your customer book you the way they want to. Two simple ideas, right? So how good is your website? Do you have a great website that represents everything about your brand? Is that website set up for painting an image around safety, security, the peace of mind you want your customer to have? I can't tell you how many times I see websites that are set up for, I want to show me doing work in that home, like under the house or in an electrical panel. And that's what I think the customer is going to value. But go back to my story. What did that really brilliant pro say? The most important thing you can do is create a sense of trust and confidence with that customer. Obsess around the customer care. So what do you want your pictures to be of? You want your pictures on your website when Mrs. Pettus comes looking for the next electrician to invite in their home or the electrician to have in their home. You want pictures of you and a van, you and your family, you and your team in front of your van, things that create a feeling of this is a family, this is a family business, this is an owner, operator, this is a team I want to work with. I will trust to let in my home. I don't really want to see you working on an electrical panel. I want to see something that makes me feel great about hiring you. So I found that website. It tells your story the way it's supposed to. And then I can go book the way I want to. Do you have online booking? I can tell you my wife is not going to call you during the day. She's going to go in about 10 o'clock at night, and she's going to go into online booking and schedule you because she doesn't really want to talk to anybody. She just wants you to show up the next day and do the work on the house and create the success that she wants in a safe environment so that she gets the job done, right? So let her book the way she wants to, online booking. Or if she does call at 11 o'clock at night, that somebody takes that call and gets back to her and lets her book the way she wants to. Those little things. Great website, great Google My Business page, book the way you want to. You are one step into creating that extraordinary customer experience that is one step closer to you realizing your dream as a small business owner, as being a really successful pro. So start there. In the world of getting customers, let them find you, let them book you the way they want to, and make sure that start part is super tight in your business. Okay, so now you have your first customer, you're on your way to getting your next 10, 20 in that zip code that you wanted. How are you going to keep that customer? Well, we've already touched on a few of these deals, right? How do I answer my phone call? How does my admin book that job? Do I make it a great experience for the customer from the first moment we engage with him or her? Then, again, am I going to show up in a uniform? Am I going to be well put together? Am I going to speak respectfully to that customer? After I sent them that on my way notification on the way. On my way was by far, it may still be, I could ask the team, I don't know, it used to be the most popular feature in all of Housecall Pro. And the reason why is it created delight on the customer side. It was so exciting for them to be able to be home, know when the person and who the person is going to show up at their house. so they can invite them in to go do work in their biggest investment they have, their home. So on my way notification, critical. You show up, you park your truck in the right spot, you have your uniform on, you greet Mrs. Pettus with a very kind, thoughtful, kind of scripted approach to how you greet them. You offer that you put booties on if you're gonna walk across the house. And again, if you're lucky at my place, you probably get coffee and cookies, but not everyone's gonna be like that. So just create that great experience. And then as you do the work, ask them, hey, Mrs. Pettus, do you want me to explain the things I'm doing? Like, when you go to a dentist, your dentist actually walks you through the work they're doing versus just cranking around your teeth. Those are two wildly different experiences for most people. Having some understanding of this thing that's going on, if that's what the customer wants, give them that choice. Mrs. Pettus, I'm going to walk you through your estimate. I'm going to walk you through all the things that we're going to do. If you want me to explain it to you, I'm more than happy to do so. They'll say yes, they'll say no, but you've empowered them with choice. So on my way notification is now, I show up in this really professional version of myself. My technicians do the same thing. I greet Mrs. Pettus in a great way. I give her the choice of empowerment of how we're going to work together for the next few minutes. And then off we go. I've created a successful job. She's likely thrilled. I can ask for that review. Odds are I'm going to get a 4 or 5 star review from Mrs. Pettus. I feel great about that experience. And now, not only am I going to keep that customer, there's a chance to grow with that customer. And here is that idea. One of the other biggest ideas you have in growing a successful business is not going and finding the next new customer always. It's how do I take the customer I have and create this lifetime relationship with them? And why do you care about that? It costs you money and effort to go get the new customer in the door. Keep the one you have, grow with the one you have, and you will create a business that's compounding in value every day. Even better, get the new customer of yours to sign a service agreement with you. Get them to, and you and every one of your technicians to become great, world-class at selling service agreements. Whether you're in auto detailing or whether you're a window washer, carpet cleaning, home cleaning, whether you're in there as a HVAC, plumbing, electrical contractor, get in that house, win that customer's heart and mind, and then get a service agreement with them so that you are back in that house at least once a year. So that if anything breaks, my wife knows exactly who to go to. She knows Alexa's electrical is her go-to person from now and forever. She doesn't want to go find the next person on the list and go crank that whole process again of all those unknowns and how tedious. She knows her go-to person is Alexa. Why? Because you're back in that house once or twice a year. She's already paying you $10 a month as part of her service agreement. She knows she's going to get that discount when you're back in the house and doing the work. And she knows that you're going to take incredible care of her. Whether it's you, the owner, or whether your technicians show up, or whether it's your admin that she talks to in the office, she knows, has peace of mind, that you're going to show up and be a great pro taking care of that home and taking care of that opportunity. And that is where the magic happens. You have done all these systematic things to get that customer in the door. You have worked hard to show up as the best version of yourself to keep that customer. Now you have the opportunity to grow that relationship over time. Because not only are you top of mind for that pro, and you're in there once or twice a year taking care of that opportunity, you also have this opportunity for that customer to go find your next customer for you. Not you hunting them down, not you out marketing, not you selling. Your customer, like manna from heaven, handing you their neighbor, handing their friend, handing to someone in their mom's group, and giving you a referral to get that new customer in the door for you. It's like the easiest way to grow a business in the world is the system of, I create this incredible customer experience, I get that 5-star review, I get that service agreement, and then that wonderful customer goes and finds that next customer for me for free. Manna from heaven. So your obsession, our obsession together, should be just that. Take incredible care of each and every one of your customers. Put systems in place to make sure when they reach out to you, they can find you, they can book you the way they want to. You show up in this incredibly professional way, whether it's your admin on the phone, whether it's a technician showing up at the door. You ask for, after creating a great experience, a review, and you ask for that service agreement. If you do those simple building blocks in your business, everything that seemed foreign to you, the worry, the angst, the stuff that keeps you up at night about building your business versus doing the work. Again, pros love to do the work. As they learn to build successful business, they start to get equal care about taking care of the customer and growing the actual business, which seems about as foreign as could be to them early on. But quickly, by putting these systems in place, by having a great partner like Housecall Pro for the tools and the support and the services they need, That winning combination is how you get, keep, and grow your way to the business of your dreams, and that we dream for you and doing the work. So there it is. To me, the path between where you are now and where you hope to be very soon. You want to have a business of $1 million in revenue, 5 million in revenue, 10 million in revenue, whatever that dream is. You want to be able to take care of your family. You want to be able to take care of your employees. You want to be a really great contributor to your community. You want to win and be successful. Well, hopefully this session is giving you some ideas and things to think about. They aren't always the things that your intuition may tell you should go seek out. Often it is the thing, oh, I didn't think about that. Systems. I didn't think about get, keep, grow. I didn't think about the service agreement. I didn't think that it was about a feeling that my customer had. I thought it was just my work. So break down all the parts of what we talked about today. How to put systems in place to level up your employees to be as good as you are. Care a great deal about the mindset of getting, keeping, and growing your business through those systems. And you will find suddenly that you are growing your top line to that first $1 million of revenue. You're now bringing the right margin into your business. You're actually making real money. You can put that money back into growing that business even more, get to the $5 million mark. You're talking about life-changing numbers. So not only do you get back to this barrier of just, am I going to make it? The question then just becomes, am I going to make it to all of my dreams? How am I going to win to all the dreams I have? And I promise you, if you follow that playbook, you keep partnering with Housecall Pro, we will do everything in our power to support you in that journey, in that quest towards your success, and ensure, at least give you good odds on getting into what you want to do. So in conclusion, think about systems, get, keep, grow as a mindset, obsess about customer care, and let us know at Housecall Pro if there's anything we can do to cheer for you, to support you, to challenge you if we need to coach you, to give you all the features, to give you all the services you need to increase that odd of being wildly successful in this grand adventure of yours. And I do know that we feel unbelievably privileged each and every day across our entire company of 1,800 employees to be able to serve you in this journey and do anything we can to help you along the way. Thanks for being a great partner with Housecall Pro and letting us serve you each and every day. Good luck in this adventure. If I can help you personally, go through the blue chat bubble, say the COO offered me some of his time. I'd be more than happy to help any of you at any time. Good luck, and thank you again.
Thank you, Brooks. I always feel so motivated after hearing Brooks speak, especially when he uses my name in his examples, and I'm sorry if he set off any Alexas in your home. We hope this keynote session fires you up for the rest of the day. There are a lot of features in your Housecall Pro account that are built to help you delight your customers in their experience with you, so make sure you check out those product demo sessions if that's something that you're interested in. Thank you for joining the session. We'll see you in the next one.